Hey everybody, today we're going to do a tutorial on how to use our Strike Survival EverStrike perma-match and also review our competitor's brand of the EverStrike match. Ours will come with a branded mark. It'll have Strike Survival with their website, and it'll be very distinct. And some of the reasons will be almost immediate when you look at them. When you look at our competitor's brand and our brand compared side by side, they look almost the same. You can usually tell based on the cap. The competitor's brand cap in the rod will be aluminum. It's a little bit more silver in color than ours when you compare them side by side. Notice the more silverish color compared to the little off color of silver. It's almost got like a copperish tone to it. That's because ours is actually a stainless steel. Another thing we'll show is with the competitor's brand is that it's more rectangle shape at the top than the curved shape on ours, which when you actually pull the striking rods out, you'll see that ours is actually a little bit heavier than the competitors. You can tell just based on the feel and the weight. So today we're going to go through how to use the match properly. So today we're going to go and we're going to fill up. Usually it's with a standard Zippo lighter fluid or any lighter fluid you put in a standard Zippo lighter. You'll want to fill it up. You'll fill it up about halfway, 3/4 of the way. And you'll do the same with the other competitor's lighter. And we'll take the striking rods out of each and put them to the side. We fill them up a little bit. You don't want to fill them up too much. It'll definitely oversplash once you go to put the striking rod back in the wells. And what you want to do is you want to put both striking rods back in the wells, and you want to wipe up anything that might spill or anything such as that. You want to wipe it off the lighter itself also. And this is to keep it, when you go to spark it up, it'll catch fire on the lighter. That's because you got residue on the lighter itself, and you just want to make sure you clean that up. And it's safety, and the last thing you want to do is catch yourself on fire. So clean it up a little bit, just make sure it's good and wiped up. So when you already got it filled up, you're ready to go, we're going to take ours, and we're going to take the striking rod out. And you notice that there's the wheel well at the top where you pull the striking rod out, and there's a little bit of lighter fluid around it. Well, you want to take your thumb and put it over that when you go to strike. And you want to take the striking rod with the nib, flat up against it, and strike with a little bit of force. And that's the flame. If you want, it'll also throw a spark. Typically, you want to trim this wick down a little bit. The longer the wick, the longer the flame. So you almost want to have it flush, if not just a tad bit higher than the striking rod. It's just a preference, but it's great because you can also get the flame and you do the spark. If you notice that spark, it was a really big spark, and that's great for starting fires. If your wick burns out and you don't have any tools to change it out, that spark will get it to where you could actually do so. And what you'll do is you can put in your tinder bundles, your char cloth, or what have you. So here's our competitors. We're going to take theirs out, and we're going to actually do the same thing. We're going to go through it. We already filled it up with our Zippo lighter fluid, and same thing. Put your thumb over the wheel hole, and that way you won't get any of the actual flame or spark catch. You won't splash lighter fluid out on you, and it's just an overall smart idea so you don't catch yourself on fire or anybody else. So, and their strikes up. Great, works just like a match and everything. So we're going to put them all back in the wells. We're going to tighten them up. And you notice that the competitors will not seat properly. So I can almost just pull it right out. And you just saw me twist and turn it. I mean, you're pressing down hard. It just will not connect, which means it'll leak out in your pocket, it'll splash, and you can't, really get a good seal on it. I just finally got it stuck in there, but you can look, you can actually see the competitors that theirs is a little off to the side. So now we're going to take and we're going to simulate dropping your lighters in the water. We're going to drop it in for a few minutes or so. Usually a couple seconds will do for this video, but you can leave these in for about 45 minutes or so. A lot of brands will claim, oh, you can drop it in for hours and hours and hours. That's true. But it's going to be harder to strike later on. So now we pulled them out, you want to shake it off. So we're going to take ours, you want to shake it off a little bit. And you want to make sure you get as much off as you can. So you're going to pull our Strike Survival Over Strike one out, Gen 2. And we're going to try and strike ours. So you want to make sure it's flat. And there you go. Notice that the flame's still the same size. And it struck up perfectly. You notice there was a little bit of flame that came out. That's because there was still residue on the outside of that. That's the whole purpose of putting your thumb over that wheel well, is to avoid getting that burn. It keeps it from getting out of control. It's manageable. It won't go out of control whatsoever. And that's to prevent any accidental, flame or anything splashing up on your hand. Imagine if you didn't have that on top of your hand, covered with your thumb, and it splashes up all over your hand and your hand catches on fire. It'd be bad. So we're going to take our competitors out and we're going to do the same thing. And see, it's not starting nearly like ours. And we're striking and striking and striking. See if we can actually, see, it's not even throwing a spark, hardly. We finally got just one or two. And that's pretty much the comparison on our Strike Survival one versus the competitors' brands. The competitors' brands you'll see online all the time, $19.99, $1.50. Ours you're gonna pay a little bit more, but ours is guaranteed to outlast theirs anyway, shape or form. It's better built, it's more durable, more reliable, bigger sparks, bigger flame. And hands down, it's far more reliable than the competitors' version. So, thank you for watching. Make sure you check our other videos out on strikesurvival.com and on YouTube. We're on social networking, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you stop by www.strikesurvival.com, and we'll see you soon.